Hey guys, so just an update. The summer has been very intense for Korea. It's not as bad as Japan because it's not as humid, so that's a good thing. If you've noticed on like different social medias or the news and so forth that people are actually dying in Japan because of how hot it is. And just me just thinking about it, even when I was in school, a lot of the kids didn't even have air conditioners. They did bring water bottles to school and they would be able to drink that during class, I think, or maybe that was after class. Can't remember quite sure, but yeah, something like that. But it's still like very bad. But here, yes, about the same. It's hot, but just not humid. But because of the heat, I never got this in Japan, like I said, which was the mold. It's a lot better right now. But I wanted to like talk about that because it's very funny. The story is, at least. Usually how we get stuff done is we go to, what's that, like our Korean staff, I guess, in our school, and then usually the Korean staff, they'll call like the landlord and tell them like what's going on, because obviously we don't really know Korean, so the only way to get around just talk that's going nowhere is for the Korean staff to just tell them what we said, pretty much. Our Korean staff is not they're pretty good, honestly. They're pretty good. Not like fluent, I want to say, but they're good, so they can get the point across or whatever, and they'll tell them, and then they'll come out and fix things that we need fixing and replace things that needs replacing without us having to do the trouble. I'm sure that's what a landlord does, but we have like an intermediate, which is our Korean staff, and they do that for us, so we don't have to worry about all that. But it's just funny because I've actually been battling mold like to the highest degree, and I've never had to battle mold before, because in Japan, Charlotte said that it was in Japan too, but for me in Japan, I never had mold, like ever. My walls never got moldy. Maybe they use the actual paint that you're supposed to use that keeps your room from getting mold on like the walls and so forth. The only mold that I would get during the summer, actually, only the summer, and that'd be like a little bit in my shower, but besides that, like I've never seen mold in my Japanese apartment. But then I got here, and everything, if you can tell, it's all like just wallpaper, and it's just I really want to show you it, and that's what I'm gonna do, but it's like layers and layers and layers of wallpaper. So instead of painting it, usually what I learned when I used to work back in retail like years ago, is that if you get like a shiny paint that has like an additive in it for like reducing mold, and usually the shiny paint helps to reduce the mold to begin with, if you put that on your walls, like it'll last for a certain amount of period. Yes, I used to work at like Home Depot like years ago. Like when I was just got out of high school, I think. Yeah, I worked for Home Depot while I was going to college. But anyway, beside the point, going back to this story. So then here it seems like the thing that people use the most is wallpaper. And they use like wallpaper that I guess it helped keep the mold off of the walls. But I guess it doesn't last that long, because my room was horrible. I mean, I was going to school, and then as soon as I got back from school, like there was mold, and then I would clean it up, and so the walls were kind of green, right? And I would clean it with like, I was cleaning with like bleach and soap and water, and like it still wouldn't come all the way off. Like I felt like there was always still a hint of it. And then like I felt like I could just see it growing as I was just like walking like through the house. And then like a few hours later, I swear like it was already back, and I was just like, is it back? And then overnight it was just there, like just back. And I'm like, man. So like every day I was coming home and I was cleaning that wall. It was taking hours to clean these walls, because I would have to keep cleaning like every night, and it would just come right back like instantly, it seemed. So I felt like I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, okay, let me tell somebody about this. I kept forgetting though. I've been busy trying to plan all this, like everything out with like YouTube and what I'm gonna do next year and so forth, and trying to get stuff done this year, that I'm losing track of stuff, and that was the one thing I kept losing track of because I guess it didn't seem that important to me, but obviously it is because I guess you could die from inhaling. Okay, guess. Okay, you could die from inhaling mold. That's what they were telling me, which I really don't know if we're being honest because like I've never had to deal with mold before, not even back home because America I lived in like the dry desert, you know, pretty much. So like there was nothing there. Los Angeles had nothing, so like I never had to deal with it, but yeah, I was like, okay, let me tell them. I finally remembered to tell them like weeks later. But besides that, I would just come home and I get irritated because I forgot, and then I would clean the walls, and I was just like, But yes, finally they got around. I got around to it, and then I told them, and then I called the lady, and she came right over. But like, they didn't do the best job. Let me show you. So if you can tell, there is like two different shades of my wall. There is like the new version, which is like right here. Like it's horrible. Let's add some more light. It's horrible. It's so dark in here, right? Like even when I film, I try so hard to get it like better, but I can't do it. But like if you can tell the difference, like this is the new stuff. So if you notice, the new stuff is where all of the mold was. like all around this door, like on the top and like on this side, but like it's just so weird because in my head I'm thinking like, wouldn't it be better to just wallpaper off the whole thing instead of just like a part? And like it's not even like look at this, there's like one piece of mold like right here I guess, so then they just put like one little like dot over it. Like what is that? I don't even understand. Why wouldn't you just do the whole thing? Like you could have at least did up to here if anything, but like just this little square, I'm like, why would you even do that? And it looks so tacky. I just can't. But like you could tell like around the sides that that's all they pretty much do is just put more and more wallpaper over it. But then the walls look kind of disgusting. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about, like, if I was selling this to somebody, I don't even know if anybody would want to buy it. You know, well, as a landlord, because, like, I wouldn't. I'd be like, what is that? But, like, yeah, like, you can tell, totally tell, look at that. It's not even anything wrong with the camera. It's just the wall itself. But that's pretty much what they did. They just slapped extra wallpaper on it. If you look down here, it's just like wallpaper, and there's even a gap right there. Like they didn't try. They moved everything out. The only thing I'm not too sure of is if you're not supposed to put things too close to the wall now, if that helps. I mean, it was just doing it anyway, but I just left everything a little bit away from the wall because I didn't want anything to like break, and well, not break, but get mold on it. You know, my poor like bag had mold all on it too. I had to wash it like 10 times, and it's just hanging right here. But like they even did it like kind of like behind the couch too, like all along the bottom wall. But like that's it. Oh, not even that. I mean, I don't even put these guys on the wall no more. They sit in the middle now because like even if I brought somebody over, that'd probably be a horrible sight to see. Just cuddling, and then you just look up like, what's wrong with your walls? But like, yeah, I was like, okay, I guess that's what I'm dealing with for this year. I just don't know. And that was pretty much it. The closet was kind of bad too, but yeah. Now, besides that, it was actually pretty weird because one day, the first day that they cleaned it, I came home and then there was like some like flour in my kitchen, and I was like, flour? Like I don't even use flour for anything. So I was like, huh? It's like, what's the flour for? I was like, did she forget her flour here? And I was like, okay. But it was weird because my dishes were actually rearranged too, and I'm like, I swear it wasn't like that before I left, but I was like, whatever, you know, say like it's okay, Japanese. It's all in my imagination, you know? So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I came home and I was working on different things, and then I left for work again. Well, gym, I think this day, and work. And then I came back and like the flour was gone, but then there was like a white stain on my stove, and I'm like, is she cooking? Like, she over here cooking. I was like, I can't. I mean, I guess it is her place, but it's just so weird because then it's funny because I don't know. I was kind of weird about it, so I was like, maybe I should just rewash the dishes because I don't know what happened. So when I got home that day, I rewashed the dishes that was there and I put them back. But then when I came back the next day, besides seeing the white stain, the dishes were different again. And I was like, what is going on? But I'm like, I was like, is she cooking? So I'm guessing she's been like, she's been cooking while she was here. I mean, it's cool, I guess, because she doesn't, well, I don't know where she lives, but I don't know. They don't really ask much of anything. They kind of just do. The last day, because they came over 3 days, I don't even know what they were doing really. They brought out this fan that you saw, and they put the fan on. So then I started using the fan. I was like, well, I guess since it's out, let me just use the fan and stuff, I guess, to keep the room cool or whatever. Maybe that helps with mold. I don't know, does it? But I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just keep the fan on. So I've been using the fan. And then the last day, I was going to the gym, and then I got up and I was getting ready and so forth, and I was in underwear. I'm like always in just underwear. I walk around in pretty much just underwear. The windows be open sometimes, but I try to remember to keep them closed. I mean, I guess nobody would care. I'd be seeing people. Well, okay, that's in a gym, so people walking around naked, I guess that, well, not in the gym, that's in the shower. I guess that's different. But anyway, so underwear is okay, right? People walk around in their underwear. At least I'm not naked, right? Anyway, besides the point, they rang the doorbell like kind of early, like before I went to the gym, and I was like, oh, who is that? And I was like, oh, it must be them, huh? Because nobody else comes to my apartment. And I was getting ready to go meet Charlotte for the gym, so I was like, okay, let me hurry up. So the only thing I had was like some little blue shorts. I was like, let me hurry up, put those on. And I put those on, and I had no shirt on, and I just went to the door, and they're like, hi, and stuff. And then, you know, obviously they came in. And I was thinking in my head like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss my train. And then they came in, they're talking to me, and it was like, oh, like, how's it going? And I was showing them like the mold or whatever, and then they were like, oh, okay. So then they did like one last patch up, which was like behind the chair and like in the kitchen area. But like she is too much. She kept trying to tell me like, please don't tell Cheongdam, which is the school I work for, if you guys haven't seen any of the other videos beforehand. But she's like, please don't tell Cheongdam. She's like, just tell me, just call me directly. Like, she's saying all this in the Korean. I'm just like, yes, you know, I'm like, I guess and then like, I guess Sunita, and just stuff like that. And then she just keeps saying it, but every time she says it, she likes to, like, she's very touchy-feely. Like, every time she says something, she just like rubs on me, and I'm just like, okay. And like every word she said, she just kept rubbing on my arm, and I'm just like, okay. And she kept saying it so much. Like, her husband is always trying to get her to leave. He's like, let's go, kaja, kaja, kaja. They're like, let's go. And then she is just sitting there. She don't want to leave, and she just be saying, she be telling him like, wait. And like, and then she just says something, then she touches me again, and she just rubs me, and I'm just like, this is so awkward. I don't know what's going on here right now, but I'm trying to go to the gym, and this lady just keeps rubbing on me. It's not even an additive that I didn't have a shirt on, because I remember she rubbed on me. Well, then she did do it more this time than last time, but yeah. Then finally she gave me her number like for the 3rd or 50th time, because every time she came she gave me her number. I don't even know why she gave it so much, probably because I didn't call. But yeah, she gave me her number again, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. And then he was like, come on. And then she started yelling at him. I'm like, oh God. And then he was telling me how, oh, he's gonna come back and fix that right away. And I'm like, okay. And obviously you saw the result. It's just like layered wallpaper. But then before she left and touched me like one last time, she said, can I use the restroom? And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I wouldn't want you to use the restroom on yourself outside somewhere. And then her husband gave like the dirtiest look, like, what the hell? Like, I said, let's go. And then, yeah, she used the restroom, and I'm just like, this is just so awkward. So me and him are just sitting there, because I didn't know what to say anymore. I'm like, I'm just trying to go. Just trying to go to the gym. That's all I want in my life right now. And she comes out, and then she smiles, and then she's like, yes, remember, just call me. And she touches me again. I'm like, okay. And then she starts walking to the door, and then she turns around again, and she's like, yes, remember, no Chungdam, call me. And then she touches me again. I'm like, oh God, she is never gonna leave. And then finally, like, he pulls her out the door, and I'm like, okay, let's hurry up. I gotta get out of here. I don't know. I've never experienced any of this because I've never had a landlord that I actually saw. Yeah. And I know how they are more direct in Korea, I want to say, because I saw like, okay, only like one K-drama. I don't really watch them too much. I'm trying to get into watching them, but I'm doing so much right now and work and so forth. But one K-drama, she was very like hands-on, and she was always around, kind of snooping around, if you want to put it like that, and like trying to figure out what everybody's doing. But yeah, seems like they do the same thing too, so that must be a thing here. But that's like the weirdest like landlord experience I've had so far. Have you guys had any like weird landlords in the past or currently? See you guys next time. Bye. You're still here? Thanks for watching the video until the end. Please don't forget to check out the description box below for info on my friends that were in the video.
Hi!
Product links, my other social media platforms, and my new product designer. If you guys love the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment, because I really love reading and writing back to comments that fans leave. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.